With the Phase 2 renovations complete, it's now time for us to open the doors of Hopwood Hall and welcome in the community to see all that's been accomplished so far. There's only one teeny tiny issue. The construction left the hall a mess, and it's in desperate need of an emergency makeover to get ready for 200 guests. That includes the local community and many members of the council, as well as a former High Sheriff of Greater Manchester. So it's critical we transform the hall in time. No pressure, but we definitely have our work cut out for us. Before we show you what we have to do to go from point A to point B, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and click the bell to be alerted about our latest content. This is the reception hall, built in the late 1600s, although parts of it date back even earlier. And during the construction, this became a main storage area. Now, as many of you probably know who have been through construction before, when you are doing renovations, the whole place becomes a mess. Things are being moved from here to there. There's dust, there's tools, there's supplies. Trying to find places to put everything is a challenge, a major challenge, and that's what we had to deal with during Phase 2. Now those works are finished, we can start to spread back out, put stuff back in its place, and get the hall looking beautiful again, ready for guests. There is rumor that one of the tractors is stuck in the mud. So a lot of tire tracks going on. Oh my gosh, look at the mud situation. I think it's sinking in there. But what do you do? There's no way around it with the heavy equipment and the completely wet ground here. We're gonna get out the shovel and maybe some cardboard and kitty litter, and we're gonna start digging and try to get this thing out. Now, as you can see, during the construction, we had a lot of stuff moved around in different rooms. We've had some very beautiful hand-carved furniture donated to the hall. Some of it's wrapped up in storage. A lot of this needs to be unwrapped, organized, and set out properly for the guests. Just see a lot's covered in plastic here, and we've got to get these rooms set up. When I'm looking at the reception hall and the guards room, I'm thinking, oh man, did we just overcommit to have this event and invite all these people? But I know we've got to do this because so much depends on it. Even though we have a lot of room here at the hall, it all had to be closed off in many sections. So a lot of these nice pieces of furniture and things that had to be stored all had to be moved out of where they were placed at the time, and they all came into the main reception hall, which created quite a mess. And of course, we also have some equipment here from our filming, and all of this needs to go back into different rooms and different places and get organized and get ready for a party. So now when we come into the family chapel, you can see this area has been set up as a temporary workshop. Because the family chapel has been an area where so much has been dumped and set up as a temporary workshop, it's really gotten dusty and dirty in there. I ran my hand over a machine and there was a dust this thick. But we are excited because now we have a new space that's going to become a workshop where all of this stuff will be moved, which will then clear out the family chapel and allow it to be used as one of our rooms during the events. This is just very temporary, but this will all come out and we will set this up to look very beautiful. It's a great space and a great room and definitely deserves to be seen and not be a dusty workshop as it is now. Wow, look at this. The room is nearly cleared. Everyone's been working really hard and cleaning and clearing, and now family chapel is really getting to a great point. Okay, the wardrobe is going into the chapel.
That's actually the top. So it doesn't come in three pieces? Yeah.
This huge piece
Right.
from Allerton Castle. It's a huge, huge piece of furniture. And the top is now on the cabinet. It's really looking good in here. Absolutely gorgeous. From Allerton Castle originally, and now here at Hopwood Hall. It's such a stunning piece. The gardening club has been working incredibly hard to level out the damage caused by the tractor and to restore the garden to a presentable state. I'm just over here amazed at how beautiful these gardens have gotten. Look at the beautiful green grass and the plants growing. Look at all the weeds that May has pulled out in the last hour and a half. How did you do that?
Is it only an hour and a half?
I think it's an hour and a half. You're a robot. How did you do that, May? Okay, so what is happening here?
Well, 2 big holes are dug. 2 amazing donations here.
We're gonna have pears, and we're gonna have apples. They're gonna go into this hole, and then we've got another big, oops, don't fall down there. We've got another big hole
big one
here.
with the fish blood and bone going in.
Fish blood and bone?
Oh yeah.
Are you serious, or is that a joke?
No, it is a thing. It's a powder.
That looks like coffee.
It's organic. I know, it's an organic.
Oh yeah. Fish, blood, and bone. Okay.
Organic
We
powder.
learn something every day. Okay, here it goes in.
Come through.
You got it?
Yeah, look, it's going in.
Okay. Okay, and it's now in.
There we go.
Okay, water it with some fish bone and blood.
Yeah.
We're gonna get that thing growing.
Special Hopwood Hall compost.
And Hopwood Hall compost. Gotta get this thing growing so that we can have some fruit. ASAP. During the construction, the courtyard really became an area where we had to store so much. We were putting the roof slates in there and bricks and all sorts of materials that are going to be used in the eventual restoration as we move forward. But now that we finished phase 2, we can really start to free up some of the courtyard and make it so people can at least step in there and gather in there a bit. Oh wow, you've done a lot of clearing in here. Yeah. It's looking much better, Tony. It just is looking much better. I see the gardening club has gotten in here and cleared out some of the weeds. So this will be a great event space eventually when we get it cleared. But in the meantime, we want to be able to have these crates and slates moved to one side or the other so that we could have some area out here where people can gather rather than it just being all used with storage and junk, etc. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, it's cleared. Tony and everybody's been working so hard in here just to get this small area cleared, but it looks so much better and provides an area that guests can walk in and just see the courtyard. They can look around and see. We are doing pretty well in preparing the hall, but the hall has been infested by birds. All of a sudden, there are pigeons in there are swallows in there, and then one of the baby swallows has gotten into the entrance hall and it's flying around. It's obviously scared, and we don't want to scare it anymore. We want to get it back to its mother and to its nest. But one thing's for sure, we can't have birds flying around in the main hall areas where the guests are going to be. This is not going to work. I'm being told that if we don't figure out a way for them to hopefully fly out of the hall, we're going to have to realistically consider postponing the event, which is not good because we have hundreds of RSVPs already. Hopefully they leave soon. The guards room is looking much better today. It's nice and mopped. Stuff is getting set out, getting ready for Saturday. This is all. Tablecloths will be going on, flowers, food. It's gonna be busy in here on Saturday. It's just so inspiring to see people bringing in plants and flowers and getting ready, putting together centerpieces and decorations on top of the fireplace. Wow, what have you got there?
So that's a looking one.
Flowers for the fireplaces.
Wow, that's gonna be beautiful.
Oh, they're lovely, aren't
Are those from your garden?
they? Sure are.
Amazing.
Yeah. Just need them to last till tomorrow.
Look at this table with these flowers
The
on
thing
it.
is, there's going to be a nice theme
Yeah.
because those flowers are out in our gardens. So-
Yes,
But
exactly.
it's going to look very nice because it's very cohesive.
Right, we're bringing the garden inside.
Yes.
And this is something I would have no skill at doing, trying to clip flowers from the garden or make arrangements, but we have so many lovely people stepping forward to make that happen. It's really going to be beautiful. So I want to show you something that I love about Hopwood Hall and what's going on today. Look at all these people down here buzzing, getting things set up for the event. Got a lot of life in here. When I first came here years ago, the hall was boarded up and it felt like it was crying out for life. And now, then we come around here, and what's in here? We have students in here in a classroom learning about archaeology.
So basically that's getting wet and dries out and gets wet. It's that process called laying. I think
Isn't that amazing? I just love it. It's all this life, all this community life, all this excitement, all happening as a hall comes back into its own, and it is a real hub, what it's always been and what it's going to continue to be. And that's what keeps me going. Wow, it's looking so much better in here. Looks like we're about ready for a party. This is the family chapel before, and here we are after in the reception hall. And here we are after. And here we are where the tractor was deep in the mud in the garden, and here we are after. Today is the day. I can't believe it's finally here. It is a culmination of so many hours of work, so many hands, so much passion, time, energy. Here we are. Fingers crossed. Let's hope for the best and hope for a great day for everybody and that it all goes off without a hitch. Okay, here we go. We're walking in. Oh, here we're getting ready for the party. We got people coming in. Let's see. It's looking good in here. Music's on. So as I'm looking around, I'm realizing today is the very reason why I moved from Los Angeles to England to help rescue Hopwood Hall. It's about saving this beautiful place, but it's also about the community and everybody who's coming in. And everybody feels like family, and it just is a really special feeling. It feels like we're all in this together, and we have this common goal that unifies us, and it feels like a team and a family and everything that I was hoping it would be. So I'm getting up to say a few words, and I look out at all the smiling faces and look at all the people who have been so supportive and so helpful to us in this project. And it really warms my heart and makes us realize how far we've come. We still have a long way to go, but a lot has been accomplished, and this was the whole point of today. So this is a true testament to the passion of the local community, the council. It's so many people in this area that have made this project happen. It has been so exciting. We've made great strides. We've really seen some huge changes happening. And then when Lorraine, the former High Sheriff of Greater Manchester, offered to say some words about the hall, and hearing her kind sentiments and everything positive that she had to say was really incredible and so nice of her to do.
The amazing volunteers here today who are on scene many occasions, turn up week after week, and are really the very lifeblood now of this beautiful, beautiful building. So I too would like to add my thank you to you, Hopwood, and to them. Thanks everyone. Thank you.
And then Neil, the leader of the council, along with other councilors, got up and spoke, and that was really, really fantastic.
During the 16th century, it was when people from this country
sailed across the Atlantic and began to start colonies in North America. And who would have thought that 500 years later, this place would be renovated from the native son of that North American continent? So I think things have gone full circle.
What a success. I'm absolutely elated. Everybody had such a great time. I can't wait for another event like this. If you'd like to join us here in person, please consider joining our Friends group, which you can do online. You'll be the first to hear about our next upcoming open days and be the first to get on our guest list. If you'd like to see more videos, please consider joining us on Patreon. And also, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and click the bell to be alerted about our latest content. Thank you so much for your support. Hey favorites, thank you for hanging until the very end. If you'd like to read my book called Downton, Shabby from HarperCollins, it is a story about Hopwood Hall. It's available for purchase online. Thank you so much.